缺少这个部首过程，所以我在跳完之后，我幻想着我的父亲。有什么吃跟那鬼啊？
I'm just gonna mute people. There's some background noise. Hey. Oops. Hey, 2 seconds. My chat. There we go. Hello, everyone.
Hello, good evening, Lisa.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Good evening.
Hello.
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 Okay. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at learning theory. So we're going to continue from last class when we started with learning theories. So we looked at behaviorism. Now we're going to be looking at cognitivism. So for anyone that's new that's joining us, because I did advertise a little bit more this week. So, well, not advertise, but I shared with the rector of the University of Jiaosei and with the International Relations Department of the Technological University of Jiaosei. So if you haven't joined us before, just so you know, these classes or workshops are offered every Saturday for 1 hour in Burmese and English. So they're offered in Burmese in the morning. So at 9 o'clock, we have research writing skills. At 10:30, we have teacher training in Burmese. And then at 7 p.m., we have research writing in English. And at 8:30 p.m., we have teacher training in English. It'll be the same topics in the morning and at night. So you're welcome to attend just Burmese or just English or both Burmese and English. It's up to you which one you would like to attend or if you would like to attend both. So we will have a different topic each week, and I think we've come up with around enough topics to cover for about almost 2 years. So we'll see how it goes, and we're going to just continue with it. And and all our material gets added to Google Classroom, and we send out email invites for the trainings each week. So please, when you receive the email, please click on the link, fill in the application form, and then we will send you the Zoom link for the class each week. Also, if you forget to fill it in, just so you know, it is the same Zoom link, but it'd be quite nice if you do fill in the application form so that we can then send the feedback form. We do check the feedback forms and do try and make adjustments based on the feedback form. Some adjustments we can't make. A few people have suggested making the classes longer, but we honestly just don't have the time to be making them much longer than what they are. They take a lot of time to make and to offer as well. So for the 4 hours that we do offer them. I am thinking about maybe doing some longer workshops, but we might ask for a donation for those workshops then, because they would take a lot more time to develop. Oops. No, I don't want to remove. I want to, sorry, I'm admitting someone into the classroom. So we'll see about that in the future, but these are just going to be short ones. So today we're looking at cognitivism. So it's there's actually kind of three main learning theories when it comes to education. And so last class we looked at behaviorism. Behaviorism is a lot more just based on the external, how you react to things. So we looked at Pavlov's dog and the kind of the reaction there. And it's looking a lot at how like behavior, how people behave and the external side of things and how learning relates to that. Cognitivism became kind of, well, I'll get more into it, but it did become famous in kind of I think became quite famous in kind of the 1950s, 1960s, although ideas or parts of it were around before that, but that's when it became kind of quite famous as a learning theory and started to become used more and more. Okay, so the objectives for this class is that participants will be able to explain cognitivism and evaluate it as a learning theory. So, some community guidelines. We are happy you are here. If you are late or have technical issues, that is okay. I understand it happens. Sometimes the internet is not the best. So please just join in as you are able to. Please remember to mute yourself when you are not talking, but remember to unmute yourself when you do want to talk. We want to be able to hear everyone. Please complete the pre-session interactive self-paced slides. So we send those out in the email beforehand, as well as put them on Facebook and in the Google Drive. If you do not complete them before, you can complete them afterwards. It's just for extra practice. They get a little bit more in depth than what we are able to do in 1 hour. So they have a little bit more text, a little bit more reading, so you can learn more about the topic. And also please remember to fill in the post-session feedback form so that we can adjust and revise the course depending on the feedback. We can't do everything based on the feedback, so it depends what the feedback says, but we do try our best to make adjustments based on the feedback. If you have questions or technical issues during this session, you can also send us a message in the chat box indicating so, or you can send an email. Obviously, if you have technical issues, there's not a lot I can do to solve the problem because I'm over here in Canada. But if you just want to let me know, or if there's something I can help with, please let me know. Okay, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Lisa Vance. I am going to be the trainer or teacher for this session. I have worked as an English teacher. I have worked doing environmental education, and I have done teacher training before. Kathleen is the co-host, but she's not able to really introduce herself today but she's the one who has designed the slides. Okay. How well do you understand cognitivism? So not at all, a little bit, somewhat, quite well, or extremely well. So can you show me with a number of fingers, like 1 finger, 2, 3, 4, 5, on the camera, on the count of 3, or you can type it in the chat box if you can't. So 1, 2, 3. How many fingers? How well can you understand? So I see some 3s. I see some 2s. Okay, excellent. Let me just check the chat box. 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, a little bit 2. Okay, awesome, very good. A lot of 2s and 3s. That means not quite as much knowledge. So hopefully you can learn something from today's class or session. So not thinking about learning theories, but just the word itself. What does well, I guess it's kind of related to the learning theory, but what does cognitivism mean? Or what does cognitive mean? Like, what do you think of when you think of cognitive?
Understanding with perspective.
Yeah, with perspective.
Understanding.
Any other?
Yes, is connected with mental process of understanding.
Yeah, mental processes of understanding. Excellent. Anyone else? Let me just check the chat box. Thinking process. Yes, definitely. So yeah, it's about the mental processes, the thinking, all that type of thing. So it's kind of more related to your brain. Process of knowing. Yes. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to watch related to the process of understanding. Yes, good. Information processing in the brain. Thinking process. Okay, I might need to share again. Just 1 second to turn the audio on. Yes, I do. We're going to watch a video on cognitivism. Cognitivism.
Meet Teacher Tony. Teacher is concerned about teaching long division. Most of his students can't seem to understand the concept and how to do it. Teacher Tony needs help.
I can't get my students to learn long division.
Why don't you use cognitivism to help you teach a difficult subject like long division?
What's cognitivism?
Cognitivism is a learning theory that focuses on how information is received, organized, stored, and retrieved by the mind.
What?
Cognitivism views the mind as an information processor, like a computer. For example, in the classroom, instruction should be organized, sequenced, and presented in a manner that is understandable and meaningful to the learner. Cognitivism emphasizes retention and recall through the use of quality teaching practices.
Huh?
You've probably seen cognitivism at work and didn't even know it. Cognitivism is often used in developing classroom lessons and helping students learn higher order thinking skills. Common examples include starting a lesson with a hook to create interest, activating prior knowledge by beginning a lesson with a review quiz, chunking information into comprehensible and digestible parts, using graphic organizers to help structure and relate content. These are all examples of cognitivism at work in a classroom. Now let's see if we can apply the principles of cognitivism to help solve Teacher Tony's problem. First, Teacher Tony needs to decide what skills students need in order to understand long division. After thinking, Teacher Tony found that in order to understand long division, students should know basic multiplication, basic division, and how to subtract numbers. Sequencing instruction by teaching prerequisite skills such as multiplication, simple division, and subtraction first will help students build upon prior knowledge to better learn how to do long division. Teacher Tony prepares 2 things to help his students. He creates the mnemonic device, Dead Monkeys Smell Bad, to help students remember the steps of long division: divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. He also creates a color-coded poster that walks students through the long division process step by step. If students get stuck, they can look at this poster to help cue their memory. After implementing these principles of cognitivism, Teacher Tony's students are doing a much better job of understanding, retaining, and recalling the long division process.
Using cognitivism really helped my students learn long division.
If you are wanting to teach difficult concepts to your class, you can use cognitivism to help solve your problems, just like Teacher Tony.
It's a very simple explanation. Oh. Okay, so what is cognitivism then as a learning theory? Does anyone want to get a little bit more in depth?
This is information process by keeping in mind. Information process by keeping in mind.
Yeah.
And then it gives higher order learning skill. Higher order learning skill.
Definitely, it can definitely help with higher order thinking skills. Yeah. So yeah, it focuses, oh, there's a comment. Knowing, understanding, remembering, recalling. Yeah. So focuses on what is happening inside the brain. So it says people process information like a computer, like the external part inside a computer. You have all the like whirring, like different parts and motions and stuff like that. So what is happening inside the computer as it's functioning? It's like our brain. It's functioning internally, and students have to participate actively to learn. So I think we talked about active learning previously. So it's I would say it's kind of a type of active learning. The 2 concepts are quite related. So it's about using your brain to kind of learn, or it's that the brain is kind of the focus of the learning. So what are some classroom practices based on cognitivism? So I think there was some mentioned in the video, but can anyone name a couple? Just a few.
Visual
Sorry?
Visual aid and mnemonic device.
Yep, mnemonic device.
Your knowledge.
There are 8.
Elevated your knowledge.
Yeah.
Chunking information.
Chunking information. Yeah.
Using graphic organizers.
Graphic organizers. Yeah. Group work quiz. Yeah.
Summarizing or something.
Summarizing. Good.
No.
Taking notes. Concept map. Definitely.
Map.
Yeah, so creating, oh, there we go. There's some more in the chat. Mind mapping, information transfer. Good. Yeah. So creating concept maps, remembering mnemonic devices. I can't talk. Taking notes, summarizing, activating prior knowledge. So those are kind of 5 main ways, but there's lots of different activities that you can use as well, other ones. Activities, poem for memorizing. Good. So how is cognitivism different from behaviorism?
Cognitivism consists of thinking skill and then creation.
Yeah. And And in comparison to behaviorism, what does behaviorism focus on?
Behaviorism
And
focuses
stimulate
on
and
external
respond.
factors, but the cognitivism focuses on only the mental process,
Definitely.
interior factors of a human.
Yes, definitely.
like
Yeah, it's the difference between kind of external and internal. So behaviorism focuses on observable actions. Oh, there's a couple of comments. Cognitivism is from our brain, but behaviorism is from our manner. Good. Behaviorism focuses on just observable behavior. Excellent. Yeah. So behaviorism focuses on observable actions, but cognitivism focuses on what is happening inside the brain. Behaviorism says people react automatically, but cognitivism says that they process information.
Information in process.
Okay, so I'm going to give you some minutes to try and brainstorm of even some more activities. So we kind of talked about 5 activities, but see if you can figure out more. So you have, 2 minutes. So what are some examples of how cognitivism can be used in the classroom? So we've mentioned about 5. So you have 2 minutes to type in the chat box as many as you can think of. So see how many you can think of. So what are some, so we talked about, say, memnotic devices, mind mapping, group discussion, quiz,
Note taking.
visual aids, yeah. Note taking. Problem solving, group discussion, worksheets, concept map, mnemonics, note taking, summarizing, activating prior knowledge, mind mapping. Good. Anything else? How about any other specific activities? Like a jigsaw, if anyone's done jigsaw in class, with those kind of discussion activities. PowerPoint presentation. If the students do the PowerPoint presentation, it would be like a teach each other, yes. Asking questions to refine their thinking and recognition, good. Like lots of discussion questions, quizzes and short questions. Using graphic organizers, helping students build upon previous knowledge, mnemonic devices, poster making activity, asking to discuss about themes and summary. Good. Anyone else? Anything else that anyone can think of? Simulation and games, jigsaw, warming activities, summary and asking questions. Good. Okay, so we will stop there. So lots of good answers and excellent. Okay. In groups, you will review some classroom practices based in cognitivism. Use Pear Deck to explain how cognitivism or these activities helps students learn. So we'll do one kind of example. So it'll be on Pear Deck. So example, students in a teacher preparation course create concept maps to show the relationship between different learning theories. How does creating concept maps help students learn? So maybe students are able to learn by connecting different ideas together mentally in their head. This allows them to create a clear picture of how different ideas relate together, something like that. So think of how it can help students learn. So I'm going to put this in the, I'm going to put the link in the chat box, and then you will have, well, we still have lots of time. So maybe I will give you 15 minutes to work on this in a group. Everyone. So there's the, and I'll use breakout rooms. We have 7 people. If we do 5 groups, or yeah, we'll do 5 groups. Okay, so you have 15 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you have any questions, you can hit the help button or send an email if you would like. So work together, have one person share their screen and write down the answers, and then everyone can brainstorm together on the different ideas. let's look at some of the answers. So the first question was, students in a teacher preparation course create concept maps to show the relationship between different learning theories. And some things that people wrote down. Help students to see relationship between ideas and concepts. Help memory recall, good. Students are active to learn, they can exchange ideas. It gives the visual aid to the main idea, excellent. Students can get higher order thinking skills, good. Through concept maps, students can achieve visualized meaningful relationships, good. It can improve ways of thinking and metacognitive skills. Some of the important ideas are available from concept maps, excellent. Students are able to see the relationship between ideas and concepts. Students are able to understand and remember, good. Students are able to understand and remember quickly and easily, excellent. Okay, next one. So students in an astronomy class use the mnemonic device, "My very educated mother just served us noodles," short for, what is it? Mars, Venus, Earth, Mercury, I was confused. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, to remember the order of the planets in our solar system. When I was a child, it was "My very educated mother just served us 9 pizzas," because that was before they got rid of Pluto. So that's the one I was taught when I was a child, but now there's no more Pluto.
All right. So please, I would like to ask a question.
Sure.
So is this Pluto is no longer a planet?
I don't think it is. I would have to double check unless they changed it back. I remember when I was a child, it was a planet, and then they decided it was not a planet. I think, so I'm not sure if there's been any update since then. I haven't seen anything, but I remember that there was a decision made that Pluto did not fit under the definition of what a planet was. So that's why it changed. But I don't know if there's been more updates since then, because that was about like 10 years ago. I haven't really been following. And it's not something I teach, so I don't really know. So, but yeah, I assume, yeah. Students are able to learn by connecting different, next one. They are able to enhance or promote memory of complex words or ideas. Yep. They can relearn the new information easily. It can help retention of information. Students are able to memorize easily and use practically. Mnemonic device instructive mark strategies designed to help students. Good. Students can memorize visual images, acronyms, and rhymes more than before. Yeah. So you memorize things that kind of make sense a lot easier than just separate words. So it's a good way to create some way to remember. Okay, and the last one. Students in history class take notes as a professor lectures on Myanmar's independence. Sorry, not last one. I don't know why I said that. Third one. It helps students memorize the information. It helps students improve organization skills, recall and easy for their memory, easy to recall and review the lecture and main points in short time. Actively taking notes during class can help you focus and better understand concepts. Yeah, because when you're taking notes, you're thinking about what's most important and what needs to be taken notes about. So you're actually thinking about what you're processing the information and then writing down what's most important. Next one. After reading an article in English class, students are asked to write a summary in their own words. Okay. So it helps students determine essential ideas and focus on main words, describe how much they comprehend that article. It helps the students get the main idea. It also helps them memorize the main idea. Excellent. To get main idea, easy to reach the main idea. Also, when you're summarizing, because you're taking lots of information and making it shorter, you're thinking about like the main idea, but also, yeah, the most important points. And how can you take the most important points and make it shorter? So it's definitely like using your brain and active learning strategy as well. Okay. Before each new lecture, the engineering professor has students complete practice problems to review the skills they will need to apply in this new context. Okay. It helps students promote their critical thinking skills by testing their background knowledge. Good. Helps students make connections between new information that they already know. Excellent. It helps students get connection between new knowledge and what they already know. It can activate the classroom. Yep. Recalls memories, takes feedback, active learning, more interesting the next lecture. Good. Feedback their knowledge to confidence for difficulty. Yeah. But yes, so definitely so yeah, they get them to review before you move on to the next section. It's also a good way to it just good way to practice and get those concepts a little bit more cemented, obviously, in your brain. That's all of them. So let's move to the discussion question. What do you think? Do you agree with the theory of cognitism? Why or why not? So what do you think? Do you agree with the theory of cognitism? Why or why not? You can tell me or share in the chat box. Anyone? What are your thoughts about cognitism? Are you going to use it? Do you use it?
Yes,
I agree.
yes, I agreed. This theory to some extent, not at all, because that is because not everyone can have the same levels to be compatible with this theory.
Okay.
Yes, I think so.
It gets higher order thinking skills.
Yeah, it's good for higher order thinking skills, definitely. I mean, it's definitely
can promote process of brain.
yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Cognitivism promotes brain processing.
Yes, it promotes brain processing. Good, definitely. It's very effective. Definitely. I just want to mention about higher order thinking skills. It's good for higher order thinking skills, but if you notice, it also helps, I would say, with it's also quite useful for some lower order thinking skills like memorization. Like using a mnemonic device is good for memorization, which is a lower order thinking skill. So it's actually quite useful for both lower order and higher order thinking skills, in my opinion.
Yes.
Anyone else? Okay, so again, show of fingers. How well do you understand cognitism? Not at all, a little bit, somewhat, quite well, or extremely well? Oh, so on the count of 3, or you can put it in the chat box. 1, 2, 3. How well do you understand? So show of fingers. 4, 3, 3, 4, 4, 3, 4. Okay, cool, excellent. 3, okay. 3, excellent. And I was just gonna read a couple of comments. that I missed. It's a good way to teach new knowledge or difficult content, but we can't observe easily whether learning is happening in students' brain. And that's true. It's not as focused on the observable. So it is a little bit harder. Like you can't get in someone's brain and figure out exactly what they're learning or how they're learning, obviously. So behaviorism is a little bit easier to objectively judge or measure compared to cognitivism. It helps us to memorize a big picture. Yeah, I would say it helps us to understand a big picture as well. So 4. Okay, excellent. Okay, so as I mentioned, I am going to give you the link for the feedback form. So it's the same feedback form as the one in Burmese. So you can decide if you want to fill it out once or if you want to fill it out twice. It's up to you. Because it is the same form, but it's in the link. I will also be emailing the feedback form out. So you don't need to fill it in once from this link, once from the email, but you can do it once for Burmese, once for English if you attended both, or not. If you want, I will also email out an invitation to join the Google Classroom. The Google Classroom will have all the slides, all the videos, all the activities from the classes. I usually get those uploaded on a Sunday. It does take a little bit of time because I have to convert all the videos and then put them all on YouTube and then add them to the classroom, which just does take a little bit of time. And next week, we're going to be moving on to the third, I would say, kind of big learning theory that is out there, which is constructivism. So a lot of times you talk about behaviorism, cognitivism, and constructivism. Those are the 3 major learning theories. And if you want to look at our syllabus, it can be found in the Google Classroom. And these are our resources. So we are finished. If you have any questions, I'm going to kind of stay for the next few minutes. Otherwise, thank you and bye-bye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night in Myanmar time. Good night.
Good
Myanmar
night.
time.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Thank you for attending. If there's no questions, I'm going to end. So thank you very much and bye-bye.
Bye.